Welcome back, guys. It is finally time. It's been forever, aside
Yeah,
from the
sorry
little
about
update.
that.
But
Yeah.
we got a nice
Patch note.
long patch note read that
That sounds great.
I only looked at the little highlight thing right here.
I'm just barely looking at the highlight thing
There
right
is a
now,
fuck ton of
and there's a
changes.
shit ton of changes, including Predator and Umbral Glaive, which I feel like is an item no one uses anymore. So, excuse me, I'm stoked to see this. What this change is, and I mean, without further ado, let's pentakill get into it.
Oh my god, stop.
Starting off with the champions, as per usual, you have yourself Aphelios, with a base attack damage decrease.
Oh,
Wonderful.
these are all gonna be
Nothing
fucking
crazy.
minor changes
The
too. Buddy.
early game consistency knocked this down for pro play. 2 AD might fuck up your last hitting, but shouldn't be too much of a problem for you.
I guess
Moving on.
I guess Aphelios has been strong. There are like those few games we've played where we're like, wait a minute, he's actually pretty strong, and I don't remember what they've done to him.
Nothing. I think it's just the systematic nerfing of other champions that
Fallen out of favor kind of
of-
thing.
yeah, he's one of the few that doesn't use Wit's End. I would say one of the few. There's really only a few that use Wit's End, but he's one of the few that does well without it. So I think it's just everyone else kind of falling out, and you're really only left seeing Ashe, Jhin, Ezreal, and I think Aphelios really maybe
Mm-hmm.
Misfortune a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing crazy.
Alrighty. Speaking of Ashe,
This is sad. The W cooldown
four
increased early.
seconds. Holy shit!
That's that is pain because that is her early game. They're really trying to make her a lot less dominant and open the window for other ADCs. But I think as far as Wit's End is concerned, or as long as Wit's End's good,
Well, it's like
Ashe should be fine.
yeah. It's like I mean, it's decreased only at the first
Only
or
early,
so like
only
once you
early.
I
So
mean
at level
once
3, it's almost leveled out. Level 4,
I mean
I mean,
what
it's the skill you max anyways.
it'll sync up nicely though, because you'll have it maxed out by level 9, and that's when Wits End starts scaling a little bit harder.
Yep, yep.
So
And by level 9, you probably won't even have a full Wit's End yet.
no, exactly. You'll be like one and a
So
half
yeah, you'll
items.
be in a good spot. Yeah. It's not a bad thing. It just slows down her early game push. Um, Probably really not terrible for her because she's so damn mana hungry early that it might actually help her. It might lead to QMax Ashe again. That was popular a couple patches ago. Um, we'll see what happens.
Let's see. All right, we're moving on to Camille. I guess this is probably focused more on pro this nerf. Just because I don't really see her. Oh, excuse me, this is a buff. For some reason, I don't know why the fuck I thought we were going through the. Did they change
No,
it?
it's a nerf. It's a nerf.
Okay,
It's
okay.
just passive cooldown increased early.
Right, okay. I'm drunk.
That's okay. You've had too many Smirnoff ices. Uh,
So
it's
is
just
this
because
down
she
4
scales like
seconds?
crazy.
4 seconds at
Nothing
level
crazy.
1.
Nothing crazy. Not much to mention here. It should just you probably won't see her. We really don't see her in low elo games as it is. I think people just don't know how to play her very well in low elo.
Yeah.
People side more for the Fioras and the Aurelias. They're a little bit easier to execute than the Camille. But hey, fun champ.
Well, it's to be fair, it's a bullshit champ, so
It's a bullshit ass
I'll take
fucking
any
champ.
nerfs.
Fuck that champion.
All right, Draven. So
Oh yes, this is the one you were telling me about that you said you saw on the PBE minorly, the executing ultimate based on adoration stacks. That's awesome for Draven. Sucks for anybody playing against Draven.
okay, so it is just going for some reason. Wasn't sorry, I'm going back to this because I could have sworn the previous patch was it not just showed all the nerfs and then the buffs, or is this just going in order?
This is an order of champions.
I swear to God, we just read one where it was like not like this. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping.
The PBE ones go nerf, buff,
I could have
or
sworn it was
buff,
in the
nerf.
client though. Okay.
But usually the client one goes alphabetically.
Okay, yeah. So Whirling Death.
Yeah, the adoration stack execute is very interesting because there's been plenty of times. I don't know how many people have played Draven. I don't play him very often, but I've played him a fair amount of times in like ARAMs. I've played him once or twice in Summoner's Rift just to see if I could play this champion. I suck at him, but the most frustrating thing is having all these stacks and not being able to get that kill. Having 200 stacks, like, dude, why can't I get this kill? So this is kind of cool. It just, if Whirling Death drops an enemy's health to or below Draven's current adoration stack, so if you have 200 and Whirling Death puts them at 199, you execute them like you have Collector, which I think is an interesting mechanic.
I think it's going to be
It gives his
very.
ulti. It makes his ulti more for a kill as opposed to some extra damage in a team fight.
I think it's tough. Like I don't see Dravens in my game that often, and even at that, I don't think unless you're really good at catching axes, or you haven't died in that long. Which come on, you're gonna have died by the time you get like. There's no way in gold and silver elo that you're making it to 200 axes caught without
Yeah,
dying.
you're probably looking at about 100 maybe.
I feel like it's a cool change. I don't think it's that. I think it's not that
It'll
mind
affect
blowing.
more. It'll affect more pro play than it will us.
Even then, I don't even know if people are gonna play Draven. Is it?
Did Misfits make it to Worlds?
No,
I didn't even check.
I don't think so.
Okay, I was gonna say Han Sama will love this change if
I think
Misfits made it.
It's Fnatic, Mad, and Rogue.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, Han Sama is like the only Draven player I've.
Is the Draven player?
I think there was another Draven player in NA.
Tyler won.
Stop.
Anyways, I think it's a cool mechanic. I think that is not just an adjustment. That is a buff to me.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, definitely gives him more damage, but beyond that, it just gives him an easier way to collect stacks, or collect cash, which is a buff. I mean, considering he's got to be ahead really early to be even useful.
Also, the little update where it says it's gonna display his adoration stacks in all chat, not just on your team. Because now you can see. I don't know if it. Do you know if it because it'll randomly just pop up saying how many he has, right? Like if he gets a milestone, like if he's caught, I think like 50, it'll be like, oh, Draven has 50 adoration stacks. I think it might do that.
it only said it on team chat. So
exactly. So
chat.
As I'm saying, it wasn't just like
I think it's only when you had 100 or 150. I think.
Okay, so
I never really saw it often enough.
This won't tell.
This will just tell the other team how many stacks he has.
Not how much gold he gets from a kill. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we move into Mundo. Which
Dr. Mundo.
He is getting a buff, and I think this champion definitely needs a buff. I felt like he was more unkillable before the rework.
Oh, absolutely.
I think he
also just did less before the rework too, but I don't feel like he does a whole lot. But
they're also trying to push him in the jungle with this, so they're increasing the damage to monsters by 50 at level 1 and then 150 at level 5.
I was trying to read what these updated things say, and I had a hard time figuring out that it's an Indignate and then Heal 'em Fi. Like, all right.
Oh, is that just the?
Sometimes they just put names to the updates or whatever, and I guess it's in Mundo language, but
yeah, I don't.
I just thought I was confused.
So we got. Let's see, on cast immediately. So it's more of an adjust. Oh, okay. Okay. So immediately, it's going from immediately regenning 20 health right away to 15, 20, 25. So it's a small buff at level 3.
It's a late game buff, and then a nerf on the max HP over 10 seconds.
Yeah, so it's still trying to even that out, which I think is okay. I don't know. Yeah, so he's gonna be more unkillable late game, hopefully, rather than early game, which just kind of sucks because I feel like he needs help early. But I guess that's the point of having like
the weakness, right?
A late game tank. Okay, so I wonder. I don't know. I feel like there's still better junglers than Mundo.
Yeah, just go play Viego.
Like his passive is fucking useless in the jungle.
Yeah, it is.
What's the point of playing him jungle when his passive's all about dodging or blocking CC?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's a very good question.
All right, so we got Fizz. who's getting a buff, who I feel like
He's needed something. We just played
we
against
just
Fizz,
played
who
against a
sucked.
Fizz. That guy
It
sucked
was
ass.
awful. But I feel like Fizz has not been in a good place for a couple of years. There was a time playing this game where when you saw someone pick Fizz, you just like face palm.
You just say a prayer to the good Lord
Why?
above, and
Yeah. Just like Katarina, you know what I mean? Like right now, like you see someone locking Katarina, like why, dear Lord, why? The Fizz don't have that anymore, so he does need a little bit. I do like this. It looks like there's a lot of changes here. Um, the passive damage reduction increased against basic
dude,
attacks.
I didn't even know
W
that was his
base damage
passive.
increased. I didn't even know he had. Yeah, I had no
He
idea.
takes damage reduction. That's fucking OP, and they're doubling the base and they're doubling the ability power scaling. That's fucking broken.
8 plus 2% AP damage reduction versus other sources unchanged. Okay,
That's
that's only against basic attack. So yeah, you pick him into a Lucian.
Well, so are we gonna see Fizz bot lane?
No. You see, oh, that's right. They put Lucian bot lane
Yeah.
again. That's right. Okay, you pick him into a Tristana mid. Yeah.
Sure.
The Seastone Trident getting a base damage buff, which isn't a whole lot. An extra 10. Excuse me. Let me try that again. Only an extra 10 damage per level, which is good. He keeps that 35% ability power scaling. And then here's the ulti with the Chum the Waters getting a little bit of a nerf on the guppy damage.
Short range, yeah.
Actually, it's getting a nerf all around. Is getting a base damage nerf on every part and then a scaling nerf as well. So they're moving some of his power out of his ulti and into his
like laning phase,
laning phase. Yeah.
Okay.
So interesting. That's probably why you haven't seen him, because he hasn't had good lane presence, and he used to be pretty dominant in lane. So interesting. I expect to see more Fizzes and hopefully less Katarinas.
Alrighty, so we move into Gangplank, which is, I think this is a very welcomed small buff because his laning phase is fucking terrible now.
Awful. Absolutely awful.
Grasp is still okay. Fleet is still okay, but it's just really hard to fucking sustain with this dude now. And I mean, I probably played like 15 games since that patch of him, and I've only won like maybe like 2 or 3. And even then I did not carry. Like I couldn't get to that late game one shot. It's very tough. So that Q nerf with grasp really fucking hurt. So
yeah, so they give him some health back and some health growth. It's actually a lot. Well, 8 health growth. I guess that's 1 through 18. It's really not a lot. But 30 base health is a lot. That's an extra early auto attack. Especially if you're playing against a tank.
Alrighty.
Jace.
Bonus movement speed and
He's
ghost.
Getting a nerf, so that way we don't see too much Jace at Worlds. That's the
I believe that's when he
ghosting.
I think that's when he uses R and he changes
forms.
I think
yes. Yep.
He
gets the movement speed.
Yeah.
It was a half a second movement speed.
I had no idea he was like ghosted, so he dodges collision.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Small one. Just hoping to see a little bit less of him. Don't have to worry about NA Jace, hopefully. Okay. Anyways, Jinx, the Q mana cost reduction for Fishbones. She actually needs that. It's a scaling cost, but yeah, early off, it really makes her lane phase stupid when you've run out of all your mana using rockets. So
again, it's
nice to see this, and she hasn't been used very often. You're only seeing her. She was used 2 patches ago. She was kind of popular, but not for long. I mean, Ashe was still a better pick because it's like, oh, you want to get excited? I'm just gonna slow you down.
Right. So it's a welcome change. Very nice little small buff there. So
little buff.
Man, this is actually going faster than I thought.
Well, they're all a little bunch of tiny little things, but that's all right. You got Kai'Sa with the E cooldown reduced late, so it's an E buff later in the game. And actually, that's where I feel like playing Kai'Sa is a little more difficult, is navigating the team fights, because she has to play like an assassin. She doesn't play like Jinx does. She doesn't play like Ashe does, where you're sitting in the back taking pot shots. Sure, Kai'Sa takes pot shots with her W, but She's waiting for the second that she can dive the back line and blow somebody up, and then using that E to get away, because it makes her invisible. So this is actually a pretty nice buff. It's nothing crazy. 2 seconds isn't a big difference in the late game, um, but I like it. I like it.
No, it's. I mean, they don't want to tip the scales too much.
No,
Again,
you tip her too much one way or the other, and she becomes unstoppable. She's kind of like uh, she's not like Rise that much. Like she's not that crazy, but yeah, you just a little too much, and she becomes ridiculous.
well, I
So
mean, just the fact that once you upgrade the E, she's invisible. Now that's up even more, especially if she's just auto attacking like a motherfucker. So,
yep.
I think that might actually be a pretty noticeable.
Yeah,
Pretty
like I
strong.
said, you're gonna notice in the team fights in the late game. That's her second max skill, so you're not gonna see that till what is that?
13.
13.
Mhm.
So that's not bad.
All right, so we're moving along here. Callista. The knockup
The
duration decreased early.
half a second,
Okay, so half a second, and then it curves back out to 2
half a
seconds.
second, quarter of a second,
Dude, I'm learning things
a
about
reduction.
champions I had no idea. I did not know there was the duration changed.
I
I
had
don't
no idea
I
there was a
don't play
duration
this
change either. I just knew.
champion.
I mean, honestly though, like when you're looking at 1.5 to 1.75 to 2 seconds, you're not noticing really much of a difference anyway. It's not like Morgana who's fucking stunned you for 69 years in a day.
So I
So
guess I know at least the pro play list has been pretty popular.
yeah, I suck at that champion. I have the Marshall pose thing is, or is it poise or pose? That thing is
The
hard to
the like the
yeah,
jumping thing. Okay, yeah.
the hop mechanic is very very difficult, and I have no idea how to spike with her. I don't know. I just don't play that champion.
So okay, especially with hypro. Yeah, so this was specifically. So I mean, half a second level 1. I don't think that's anybody's going to know the difference. So, all right.
All right.
Karma is getting a small buff to her base armor and her shield by 10. I guess let's see, Karma. Why are they doing this? Reducing her dominance pro play while avoiding major nerfs, and she's been on the weaker side overall. We're upping her win rate across the board with some generic buffs.
I prefer her on the weaker side overall because when she's good, she's really good for no reason. For a champion that doesn't do anything,
Right.
when she's good, she's really good. Like I hate seeing this champion, and I don't have fun playing this champion. It's like one of the ones I would, when they ask, who would you remove from the game with,
Karma.
obviously Yasuo, Teemo. There's other champions ahead of her, but she's towards the top side of that list as compared to um
Like
some of the
removable.
other champions.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I just
She's not totally cancerous, but like top lane tank Karma, like get that out of here, dude. I don't know. Get that thing out of here. Just put the thing back where it came from.
I mean, I guess she'd probably be really good with like Lucian with the Lucian changes.
Yeah, because you can shield,
Speed up,
but
shield,
yeah, I hate this champion. Please get her away from me.
All right, what we got next?
Um,
Kagi.
Kog'Maw with an E. Is that
AP scaling.
yeah, AP scaling buff. Oh, they want to
Play.
show the mid lane Kog'Maw. That's what that tells
No,
me.
that shit was fucking
That's what
annoying.
that tells me. Because AP Cog is
It's fucking really oppressive. Like if he gets late game with his like
yeah.
AP Kog'Maw level 16 with his the range on his fucking I don't even know what it's called void come I don't fucking know.
What is it called?
That's a great
Oh,
question.
artillery. Is it something? No,
Artillery, yeah,
no.
yeah.
That
Living artillery. This,
living. Yeah, there you
yeah,
go. Living artillery.
okay.
Stupid
um,
champion. No. He's a decent champion. He's cool. I have no clue how to play this champion well, so I usually end up getting duped on by him. But
well,
um,
he's in a little crisis thing because like you don't even have to build a fucking mythic on this dude. You build like literally tank, like wits end, maybe hurricane, and then like Randuins and you just don't die because you pump
Bork,
out so
right?
much. Yeah, you could build Bork. You don't even need a fucking mythic.
No, you
That's a
don't.
failure for that champion, I
That
feel
is
like.
a very big failure. I mean, the only mythic I think he builds is Kraken Slayer. The rest of them suck for him. I don't think Gale Force is good for him. I mean, the dash is nice, but he's not jumping to you to execute you.
Yeah, you're not gonna. Yeah,
Shield Bow, sure, but Kraken Slayer is better for him because the chances are you're gonna build Bork anyways, and you're gonna get the slow
the
and the
only
life steal, so
reason
you don't need Shield Bow.
I think shield bow would be better is because it gives you a shield, the lifeline. But
Yeah, I still think Kraken Slayer is better. He just annihilates. He's a late game carry. He's just trying to annihilate people.
I don't think I'd want to play this. Yeah, like if you have a Lulu next to you, I don't think you need that. I don't think I'd want to play this champion
Yeah.
with anything other than a Lulu.
What about Karma?
Karma, maybe, but I don't know. Lulu, Lulu ult is too broken.
Lulu ult is broken, very broken.
All right, so
But anyways,
AP Cog, maybe.
not quite. He needs a little bit of help, and part of that is, what do you bug it? I mean, he doesn't need a mythic, but if you're building AP, what do you build?
Probably
Here,
Leandry's.
obviously,
Tier Leandry's.
Archangels. You think Landry's?
Yeah. Just the
You
burn.
don't think you would go? You wouldn't consider
Ludens?
Ludens for the Magic Pen?
No, I think the burn is so much better because you're just spitting it out too much and you can just whatever. I don't know. I don't think I'm ever gonna play AP Cog, maybe on ARAM or something, but not in a game. Plus I think
He's in.
there's just too many better champions mid. Like Cinder is gonna shit on an AP Kog'Maw. Orianna is gonna
Tristana.
shit. Yeah, Tristana. Anything is just gonna jump in and get right in his face and he's dead.
Aurelia.
So
That's the big one, Aurelia.
all right, yeah.
Yeah.
Lee Sin.
He's in
Still
base AD. 2
he was
points of base AD.
100% pick ban in LCK games in the
He's
last patch.
also still just a solid jungler right now. If you have the mechanics, he's a good champion.
I hope.
Not even just a jungler, honestly. He's just a good champion right now.
I mean, obviously, I don't think this is gonna take him out of pro play. Because I just love seeing good Lee Sins in pro play. Just
Absolutely.
doing fucking insane like moves. Low Elo, not so much. I don't think there's anybody that's good enough to. Yeah, you see some pretty fucking funny attempts to flash insect.
Yeah.
Yeah, ward hops. Yikes. Okay, so 2 AD.
2 AD shouldn't do too much.
Nothing.
Maybe just slow him down a little bit in the jungle.
Nothing. All right.
Lilia.
Lilia getting some nerfs. Let's see.
Health regen increased. Passive healing on large monsters
base stats
increased. Q and E cooldowns decreased. So she's getting some buffs.
So base stats are down, but the healing is up. I think, yeah, they're trying to push her. The healing, wow, the healing up is actually a lot.
Put her in the jungle.
That's 9 at level 1, and then it's 10. It scales out to 10 at level 18. Whew, that's actually not that bad. That's a lot. She's gonna be zooming around the jungle, dude.
Zoom, and the boom, boom.
This too, the stack duration.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
Second.
Yep.
Dude, okay, this is for sure gonna bring her back, and then the E cooldown went down to 16 seconds flat. That's fucking These are some good fucking buffs.
She needs it.
I don't care if
otherwise she's stuck in top lane.
I haven't even seen this champion. I know they.
Really?
It was a few patches ago. They did the whole healing thing, right?
Yeah, they did.
This is great. I don't give a shit. You're taking 1 health regen off her base, but you're gonna be healing. You're literally gonna be getting that back with the passive buff.
Yep.
So
it's making it riskier. You gotta hit the champions, hit the minions to get your healing.
This is good because I feel like there still needs to be more AP junglers in the mix.
Yeah, Evelyn's the only other one that's popular right now, I think, and she's the only one that's half decent. Besides Diana, but Diana can be jungle mid. So, seeing a little bit of Lilia come back in here, not a bad choice. Not a bad choice at all. Thank you, Riot.
All right, Misfortune.
Fortuna.
Yeah, for sure needs a little bit of help. There's just other champions that.
She's strong right now in bot lane. She's actually a good pick, but the problem that you're seeing with her is you have to contend with Ashe, who naturally counters you ulti for ulti.
And her
Miss
her range is just like her attack range
garbage,
is garbage.
garbage.
Unless you're just
She
poking with
has
the
to use
E,
that E. Yep,
which is
yep.
a long fucking cooldown and doesn't do any damage unless you're building AP. But no, 2 extra waves per level. I'd have to look at what the actual stats are for that. But I mean, it's a lot of fucking damage if you hit all the consecutive waves.
All 18 waves. Yeah.
You're like, yeah, especially if you're full build, and that's like
Oh, you're
4,000
blowing people up.
damage.
You're blowing
Like
people up. It ain't even
if you're
close.
sitting in it, yeah. So I mean, that's not bad. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, for
They're
sure,
still
for
just
sure.
trying to like make these little buffs to these AD champions, this marksman. So there's more variety, at least in the bot lane.
They need it.
They really need it. I hope at World I'd have to look this up, but I want to like see if they can break their unique champions picked. I don't know if it was like last year they had the most. Obviously, they've had the most that's ever been picked, but I want to. How
Did they?
fucking
Oh yeah.
how fucking insane would it be if like every champion got picked once? I don't think
Fuck
any champion's gonna
Timo.
do that. Fuck Timo.
Fuck Timo.
Even if it's a fucking like
You have to have someone who can play a soul. You know, bring Huhi to
he'll play
fucking mid
he'll play
lane.
no he'll play him support.
A soul
My
support.
boy
Okay,
will play him
stop it.
support.
Stop it.
Okay, so we moved to Morgana. Black Shield going down
Black Shield buffs.
2 seconds off every rank. That's pretty big. Let's see, looking at you.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Been
this
seeing
is
a lot of blitz
probably
lately, so she's like a force ban. Anytime I see her banned, I'm like, oh, the
I'm
enemy's picking a blitz. Pick a
yeah,
champion that counters blitz.
I'm pretty sure she's. I mean, this is just putting her back into support role. At least I haven't seen her jungle in a while, but
I
I mean, I'm,
haven't really seen her in a while in general.
I mean, I'm assuming you're gonna max. You want if you're going into like, especially like a blitz, nautilus, thresh, you're gonna want a max black shield first, or at least put like 3 points into it. Um,
Me-
so
Do you remember when she was a mid laner?
yeah, because you could just fucking like one shot waves, like back wave minions with your E.
Yeah, yeah. With the
Um,
W, you mean?
Also, the W, yeah. They got a buffer because she's getting a new skin too. So of course.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
Fiona.
Kiana. I've been.
Base attack speed increase, health regen decrease, Q damage against monsters increase,
Ooh,
E
they're trying to bring back.
combo targeting changed, and E base damage decrease. So yeah,
They
jungle
they want
Fiona.
that shit used to be oppressive when she
Yeah,
first came out. So let's see. If Kiana targets if Kiana's target begins a dash or teleport during her EQ, he will aim at their last position before dashing/teleporting. If Kiana has an EQ buffered but does not have vision of her target when the cast completes, it will aim the last position. Okay. And then the E damage is down by 10 at base. Okay. I mean, just the big thing is the extra damage to minions and monsters, or excuse me, just monsters.
25%.
That should be pretty cool. That champion
Yeah,
is really flashy. I think that's why.
very flashy, especially if she gets the ulti and pops up or stuns 6 people, including yourself.
So I'm pretty sure when she got released a few years ago, she was only played in the jungle. Or
Yes, since we removed Kiana's ability to jungle back when she was a dominant
there
mid
you
jungle
go.
flex pick and pro, her standings in mid have gone down since then. We're cautiously optimistic about reintroducing her to the jungle. So
Okay.
yeah, she's gonna be fucking the rest of our faces once again. So we get that going for us.
All right. All right.
Uh,
Renekton.
Renekton, Necky, empowered W stun duration decreased.
Half a
Empowered
second.
W lockout now matches normal W behavior.
Half a second.
So
That feels like a lot, especially for him.
yeah,
Because I think so that's the empowered W. I think the base W isn't a full 1.5 seconds. I think it's like 0.75 seconds. Oh wait, hold
I
on.
don't know what is self lockout. I don't know what that means. Oh, previously Renekton was able to bypass his empowered W's additional lockout by attacking or moving just at the right time. Oh, so he would just reset the skill basically.
Okay.
We're making this decreased lockout time the baseline so the Croc isn't CCing himself for almost as long as his target. That
Okay.
makes sense.
So that's a little bit okay. But still, okay, half a second is gonna be pretty big because I feel like as far as like fighter top laner goes, he's probably one of the best.
Also, notice it said croc, not alligator.
Thank you.
He's a crocodile,
He is.
not an alligator. All right? He's not from Louisiana. Anyways, moving on to Rumble.
Rumble.
Rumble. Passive bonus attack speed decreased early. Now scales with level.
Scales.
W cooldown decreased and no longer scales.
Ooh, that is pretty big for the W. Granted that you max at third. It's 6 seconds at all ranks now. That's pretty big.
Yeah, that is really big.
So have 1 second off. That's pretty cool. I wonder, hold on, I wonder if they're still trying to flex him as like a laner. Let's see. Because he was very oppressive in the, I don't think this will make him, I think this will for sure make him a laner just because
they're nerfing his
attack
early
speed.
jungle clear, so that's gonna keep him in a laner. But I don't know if he's even. I mean, who's he laying against, really?
No, and I think everybody just shits on him.
Yeah,
Even if
he's strong with the ulti, but like
that's about it. So
that's why they want to bring that shield back. But hey, we'll see what happens.
this looks like a big old bag of I don't give two shits. So let's move on.
Exactly, Singe.
This is one of the few ones
that needs a buff.
This is one of the few ones I happen to look at. Is they're adding grievous wounds. Let's see. So Singe now applies grievous wounds on targets upon dealing any damage during his ult duration.
Nerf Singe. Nerf Singe.
In a world of
Nerf Singe.
400 champions that can fucking heal.
Here he is. Here's your champion of anti-heal. Let's fucking go. I'm actually down for this.
Sick.
I don't even play Singe top lane. I really only play him in ARAM, but I find this champion really fun. And actually, contrary to popular belief, I find that this champion's a really good team fighter.
Oh, yeah, just run around like
with the ability just to fling somebody out of the back line or fling somebody off the front line so you have access, I think is actually really important. And the fact that he now is going to have grievous wounds on his ultis, so you go in, you pop the ulti, you pop the key, you start running around, and you start flinging people around. It's pissing people off.
I wonder if is it full grievous wounds? Like, is it 60%? I'm assuming it is.
I would assume it doesn't say, but I would assume it's full.
Well, yeah, I don't know why it'd be because does Ignite do full 60? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only things that do half are the items.
The middle
components.
tier. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty good. And then speaking of grievous wounds, you just move to Soraka, and this is a pretty fucking insane buff.
Clears grievous wounds on allies. What does that even mean?
No.
Why is this champion gonna be broken?
Before applying the ult heal, it cleanses everything of grievous wounds. That's pretty fucking big.
Why?
I was seeing a few people talk about this on Reddit, and they're just like, they're going to bring back the top lane Soraka just to be a heal bot.
No, please don't.
Fucking insane.
All right, I guess you got to play a lot more Blitzcrank then. Fuck this champion.
Yeah, you just literally have to blow this bitch up.
That's always the goal, right? When she's in lane.
Not many people know that.
And people don't do that. It's like, if you just kill the Soraka, you win.
You free win.
The second you try to kill the ADC, you just lost.
But that's a pretty cool mechanic. I don't know. Clears grievous wounds.
Massive.
I mean, she's the ultimate healer, so that's sick.
She is.
That's cool.
She is.
I fucking love that. All right.
Moving to Talia. Here's a champion we're talking about recently.
I know they're listening. Riot's listening.
They are listening. Clearly, casting Q on work ground now refunds its cooldown.
Is that what I said? What did I say?
I think that is what you said.
Some sort of refund.
Something like that.
Because it obviously
it was either a mana refund. No, it's not a mana.
Because it's
refund.
one. It gives you one on work ground. It costs 1 mana. But we'll go check the tapes. I'm
pretty
pretty fucking sure I said something similar to this. All right, work ground. Dude, read everything. That's literally everything I said.
Found solid footing in the jungle. Okay.
Look at
she's still shaky on the ground in mid. Her kit has a number of rules that feel more punishing than empowering, so we're loosening up by refraining work ground as an optional way to cast excessive Qs rather than a severe movement tax.
This is
so
everything.
Casting threaded volley on work ground now refunds 50% of the spell's cooldown. Work ground radius is smaller than work ground duration.
I said every single one of those. I said want all of that as buffs. They're fucking listening to
Oh,
me. Give me $2
Rito.
million right now, Riot, please. I
Rito.
deserve $2 million in my bank account tomorrow morning.
Well done. If you have one claim to fame, it's this right here.
Thank you.
The numbers aren't exact, but
It
like
was this general idea
the
of
concept,
making the area
was
smaller.
dead on there.
The cooldown of the groundwork was way too long.
Yep.
And refunding the cost or the duration.
I like it.
There's no such thing as a coincidence.
No, we're all energetically aligned.
Too bad this champion's still not going to get played. All right, we're moving on.
No, but
this is pretty big.
You might see her in the jungle, honestly.
It's pretty big.
It's possible.
All right, Talon.
Talon, everyone's least favorite
They're
version of Zed.
they're still just trying to pump champions into the jungle. Like,
I'm just so tired of this champion being able to build Gore Drinker, and it be
like a bruiser, and he can just one-shot people.
He's an assassin, but a bruiser. He basically becomes Kayn.
Yeah, like Red Kayn, exactly.
It's dumb.
But why? I get concerned sometimes. Like I'm about more diversity, but like I think it's just so like, oh, okay, his W is gonna do 50% more damage to monsters. That's like the most generic, boring buff to get someone like what is Ash's fucking E gonna do damage to jungle creeps now?
No, it's gonna be gold instead.
Oh, fucking wish. Bring that back. That was too broken. It was like 2 gold per last hit.
Yeah, it was basically an Avarice Blade.
Oh.
The base damage on the Q with a slight decrease late. Not bad. It's just I don't know, just fuck this champion.
Yeah, they need to do something to him.
Fucking hate this champion.
You should not be building. Yeah. So whatever. Fuck the champion.
Thresh. No, seriously. Fuck Talon and his stupid fucking bruiser build.
Assassins should not be able to build. I feel dumb because I'm like I feel like I'm gatekeeping, but like why does Talon, who's an assassin that's gonna one-shot you, able to build Conquer and Gore Drinker and survive?
If he builds those items, he shouldn't be able to blow you up.
Exactly, but he does.
Yeah, that's the thing, is if he builds his items, he shouldn't have the opportunity to blow you up. And that's where the frustration comes from. Is like, oh wow, he's extra tanky, and now he also fucks my face. Thanks, dude. Wonderful. I'm glad you exist in this game. Whereas champions like Zed really have to actually get in there and blow you up, or champions like even Katarina, although I have problems with her build.
Oh god,
it is unique. I will say Katarina's build is at least unique.
That's the most unhealthy thing in the fucking game.
Your traditional assassins, your LeBlancs, your Zeds. I mean, Katarina's a traditional assassin. Who else is in there? Hell, even Pyke. That actually Pyke literally cannot build tanky. It's impossible.
Exactly. You miss out on all the bonuses of lethality and shit.
Yeah, well, you miss out on max health. You don't get any more max health. Right. It becomes AT, so you legitimately can't do that. So
just
interesting food for thought for the next season, or maybe for preseason things to play around with.
Just really quick, mentioning Katarina. I don't know if it's a hot take or if it's just dumb, but I generally think that the Sunder, Titanic Hydra, Conqueror Katarina is the most unhealthy thing in the game right now. Like, as far as like, that's just fucking stupid.
And that's why I banned that champion.
Exactly. Like, that's you get rewarded for diving in. The ulti applies on hit with the Titanic, Conqueror, Sunder. Why is that fair? And she just doesn't fucking die, and she does 4 million damage.
Nope.
Get the fuck out, dude. Hate that shit. Hate that shit.
Here.
All right, Threshy boy.
Thresh, my boy.
Small
Base
nerf.
Movement speed decrease. Sag. E passive damage decreased early. But bonus damage per soul increase. So he scales harder.
So are you? I mean, are you maxing? You max Flay first or second? I mean, obviously it depends, but
I've been maxing Q first last few times playing him. He definitely does more damage if you max E. It just depends what you're playing against, what you need. If you're trying to make the picks, obviously you need the Q.
Mm-hmm.
If you're playing maybe like a safer lane where you're probably gonna get picks, go E, because if you do get in there, you're gonna be able to pack a wall up onto somebody.
You know what?
Or you may just go to another lane and do something. But he's so versatile.
Dude, I'm reading this.
even W max is a thing. Like,
Well, I think was it last patch they decreased the
but
cooldown?
it's still a good mag. Like, he's so versatile.
I'm reading this, but like, I guess it's a buff late. And I just feel like we're gonna go into a game. You're gonna pick Thresh and you're gonna build fucking Dustblade, and you're gonna be like, look at me with my one shot with my
80
200%.
Thresh. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're gonna see 80 Thresh even more on ARAM for sure because regular Thresh on ARAM is eh. You don't have. It's like playing Blitzcrank on ARAM. You don't have a whole lot of angles to make any moves. So
so
interesting. I don't know what to think about the 3 movement speed decrease. He builds Mobies anyways, so it's not like you're picking him on another pair of boots.
mm-hmm.
So interesting change, only by 5. So
No problem.
we'll see what happens.
See,
I know he's still a top tier pick, pretty much. Although I am finding that enchanters are, at least in my games, enchanters are outperforming Thresh. So it just depends on the comp you're playing with.
all right, we move into Trundle, which Ice Pillar
Trundle,
is getting gutted with the slow.
fat nerf. That's to get him out of the support role.
I think
Fun champion to play
right.
support with Imperial Mandate.
I
Won't
mean,
be
the
anymore
slow
after
is very
patch
annoying.
1.0.
I just think the pillar like knock up just
The knockup is
is
definitely
the
better.
most
That's the whole
annoying
fun of
part.
it.
But I
It's
mean,
like the Nivea wall, the fact that it's creating terrain.
okay,
That's
okay, yeah.
annoying.
So this is strictly at support for sure.
Trundle's become a potent jungle support flex pick in professional play. We're tamping down the Troll King's power in his secondary role a bit by nerfing his E, which supports typically max
Yeah,
first and junglers usually max third.
yeah.
There you go.
So pretty straightforward. I like this. I think Trundle support is fucking bullshit to play against.
Is it a 2% to 14% decrease, looks like, over levels?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So sweet.
All right.
Twitch.
Moving on to Twitch.
Twitch getting some
With
bonus
the
AD. 10.
bonus. Yeah. That's bullshit. I'm so tired of seeing this AP champion. It's still a thing. Everyone's like, oh, it's not a thing. Like, no. AP Twitch is still very much a thing, and it's the on-hit damage that's fucking stupid.
It all comes down to the fact that Infinity Edge sucks.
That's it.
Like, because the
They
Infinity Edge
fixed
will make the
IE.
difference with his ulti.
Remember when every fucking ADC would build IE?
I honestly kind of miss that. Like, I don't give a shit if it wasn't versatile or what, but like, that's what you, as a marksman, I feel like that's what your point is you want to increase your
Crit.
auto damage. As Infinity Edge was the fucking thing.
Yeah, now it's such a garbage ass item that the only people who build that item are like Yasuo and Yoni.
Well, yeah, because they literally have to.
Yeah.
They're encouraged to build it. Every other ADC
Yep.
is like, nope, don't do this.
Yep.
It's too expensive and it doesn't work until you're 3 items. So, I mean, 10 base damage, but bonus. Yeah, so it's the 10. Does this ult? His ult doesn't scale off anything, right? It just gives you this damage.
It gives you that in range. Yeah,
Right,
there's no
okay.
scaling.
Okay, so that's not bad.
Urgot. Q cooldown and mana cost reduced. That's because they're not seeing enough of the tanky crab in the top side. You're seeing the other bruisers or fighter champions outplay him. Camille being one of them. So this should be interesting. I don't know if it's gonna fully bring him all the way back, but like it says, this is a life buff that will help him handle those situations more reliably. And those are the champions that are ranged that just blow this dude up. Even the Camille who has her ranged W and her way to get right on top of him.
I'm
Your Quins.
yeah.
So I'm about this change. He
I
needs it.
am, especially because you max Q third generally.
Even the Gnar. I forgot about Gnar too.
Yeah, you max it so it's just sitting at level 1 this whole time, so you get 2 seconds off, and you get 10 less mana. I feel like it's 80. Well, right now it's 80 on live. That's a lot of mana for just a base ability. I feel like, and that I mean
Well,
the only
it has a slow though.
that's the only exactly that's the only I feel like it's the only good. Does it shred armor? I can't remember.
No, I think it used to. I think
Okay.
they got rid of the armor shred. I think when they first reworked them, they kept the armor shred, and I think they got rid of that.
Dude, bring back the older god. I just want that.
No, don't bring back the older guy.
What was his alt name? Hyper volatilic like switcheroo or something like that. It's something fucking crazy like that. It was the sickest name. The hyper. I read it. Come on. It's so fucking crazy. Someone was smoking that good when they made this champion originally.
Um,
To
where is it, man? Where is it? Where is it?
let's see, hold on.
Hyperkinetic position reverser. That's
There you
what
go.
it was.
Hyperkinetic
Hyperkinetic
position.
position reverser.
I just remember when he was like meta in mid lane and like Bjergsen and
Oh
stuff was
yeah.
playing. The
Oh,
flashiest
Bjergsen
thing,
destroyed on him.
you
But yeah, the only
flash
flash.
R. It doesn't do anything.
It was so stupid. He get like a little bit of tank stats for doing
Right,
it too.
yeah.
Like, wasn't even worth it. It's like, yeah. That champion had a lot of problems, like old Yorick did.
Alrighty. So we're moving down. We on Varus.
Varus,
Varus for sure needs a small
very small.
nerfs.
Oh, nerfs.
Yeah, they're nerfs. So base AD is down.
I think they need to find a way to bring back attack speed Varus, because right now he's only poke Varus, and he basically plays like a more damage potent Ezreal with the stun and less escapes. But I mean, more or less, you're building lethality and you're building mana immune. And you look at the Ezreal build, that's still really good, even though I know Triforce is really good. It's still Dustblade Ezreal is still a good build. It has lethality and mana immune. So
I think
find a way to make him a better champion. I don't know.
like yeah, exactly. He's more burst right now. It's because like the Halo blades apply the 3 blight stacks, and then you pop them with a Q, and it does a
Or
fuck,
an E.
or yeah, it does a fuck
The
ton
E's
of
easier
damage.
to hit, so
Only reason I would say Q is because
the Q has longer range.
You can activate the W and do
Yeah.
the Q. Yeah, but I'm about it. I feel like he's oppressive in the games.
The passive is also getting nerfed too. The bonus stack speed on the champion kills, which is
That's I don't
or
think
non-champion kills, which is good.
I don't think it's that big of a deal because you're not like
Oh, I use the shit out of the passive, even
no.
laning phase.
I
Like
don't.
pop the Q to kill a couple minions. Like early on, pop the Q, kill a couple minions, and then boom, boom, kill that backline really fast, and then you've pushed the wave really quickly for a champion who's spamming abilities and not auto attacks.
10%.
That's just my own personal play, but you know that's I think that's a good play. So this is interesting. Definitely going to make his lane phase a lot more difficult.
Just a little bit. All right.
Yoni.
Do they
this
really
champion.
need to buff this champion?
Only if he's going to a team fight. Obviously, he's going to 1v1 people, but he doesn't team fight as I think Yasuo actually is a little bit better team fighter because of his Q ulti.
Are you
where
really?
Yoni has? I think Yoni's
ulti is way more game changing.
He just has the R, but I mean, even Yasuo without the ulti has the Q.
Yeah,
which
but
is still pretty
but
gross,
Yoni's
and
Q is like the same thing.
Q.
I don't know. I think it's the same thing. Think like so like Yoni, like you get your 2 stacks of your Q, so you have the win dash knock up, so you can ulti, you suck everybody in, and then you literally go back and then Q them and knock them up again. So you get like 2 instances of CC, and then you get the shield is going to be increased by 50 if you
after the first. If you hit
so but I mean if you're gonna suck like that's was about to be very weird how I was gonna say that. When like you hit 5 enemies with your ulti and you get them all bunched up and you just W the whole team, that's gonna be a fat fucking shield.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's
he's just I think he's a good 1v1 champion, and his team fight isn't quite as good. He really has to rely on that E. But Yuumi.
Passive decrease. I don't think Yumi's been that popular.
No, she's not. She's actually like a C tier support right now.
Cooldown down by 4 at level 1. That's pretty big.
And block.
That's pretty big.
That is really good because when I play Yuumi, I try to get off and do the damage, poke for the shield. Although that one that we played with the other day that would not stop hopping off and dying. The learn when to hop off and when not to, and sometimes late game you're just not hopping off to get that auto attack on it.
It's not worth it.
Live with it and land a Q instead.
I feel like Yuumi Lucian should be very like oppressive.
Yeah,
that'd be a good combo.
I still think Lucian Braum is probably top tier.
Yeah.
Not much to say with Yuumi.
They're really trying to buff these enchanters, huh?
Yeah, I think part of it is to keep Lucian out of mid.
Seriously.
Although one would be curious if there was a Lucian Ivern
Stop. Nope. 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 Nope.
It's doable.
Nope.
It's a thing.
Nope.
Fuck it. Jungle Taric. Fuck it.
Oh my god, that was all right.
Moving on.
To
We got
Zeddy boy.
Zed, as we mentioned earlier, as an
There's
assassin.
more buffing his jungles because
Jungle Zed. We haven't seen. Dude, you haven't seen Jungle Zed's like season 5.
well, they changed him. Was it earlier this year? They buffed his passive against.
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it was
play this
earlier
fucking
this
champion.
year. Yeah, because when they did, remember they like changed Mordekaiser to be able to jungle, or like do extra damage, and they buffed Zed's passive. To the execute damage, does more damage to monsters, but now it deals 100% bonus against monsters. That's fucking
Still capped at 300 against epics. So that's good.
That's still.
That's good.
Wait, epics are.
Those are Dragon, Baron, and
Okay, I think
Gerald.
so. I think the other thing they changed is there's no cooldown. So normally, Zed's passive is once they fall below a threshold, he does bonus magic damage. I don't think, and then it goes. You can't. It's kind of like
I don't even know his whole passive anymore. Jesus, I thought he just stole AD from whoever he killed.
That was his ulti, but they got rid of that. That was an ulti passive.
I thought that was part of his passive.
No, his passive's always been like.
Shows what I know.
If targets fall below 25%, he does increased he does extra magic damage, but then it would go on a cooldown. Like you couldn't do the same effect to the same target for like 8 seconds or whatever. But I'm pretty sure a few patches ago or earlier this year, that cooldown doesn't apply to jungle monsters. So you can keep applying that execute threshold. Like you can keep applying that, and now it deals 100 bonus damage, but that's still capped at. So they don't want you melting like dragons and barons, but I'm assuming it's uncapped for normal creeps.
I don't think it's capped.
That's pretty big.
Capped against epic.
You're gonna be clearing very fucking quickly then.
Well, he's not really gonna be able to do anything until he gets 6 anyway, so that's probably why.
I mean, shadow gank.
What's a Zed gank? Yeah.
Throw out the shadow,
like
slow. I don't know.
Ulti.
That's pretty. I think they're just doing these little like niche like, oh yeah, you're just gonna do extra damage to jungle monsters. Have fun. Like, if the person sucks at Zed, it's not gonna work. No matter how much fucking buffs they give. But people that know how to fucking farm and play these champions are gonna have a field day with this.
Yeah.
How insane would you be if we saw a jungle Zed at Worlds?
That'd be
pretty cool.
Badass, actually.
I'd be down with it.
Stoked on that. I would be pretty stoked.
I feel like jungle.
Sure.
I feel like pros would be able to figure out how to shut that dude down though. So, like a Lee Sin just invading on this dude. What is he gonna do?
He's gonna take a shit. That's what he's gonna do.
Alrighty, Zoe, everyone's favorite fucking. Why the fuck do we need to buff this champion?
Because she's useless right now. And
she hasn't
flashy in Worlds.
She hasn't had a. I know it says back in 9.6, but I'm pretty sure this is the only change she's had since then.
Really?
Yeah.
Nothing happens to her.
4 seconds off at level 1, and then 2 seconds off at level 5. You're gonna be maxing the second.
Yep.
That's a big buff. I hate this champion.
Same. I hate the sleepy trouble.
I don't
hate when you're playing ADC and you get fucking caught with a is it Pong Star?
The Q.
Yeah. What is it called?
Paddle Star.
Sorry, Paddle Star.
Yeah.
Ping pong. You get caught with one of those over the wall and then you're dead. You're like, what the fuck just happened?
Because I feel like you don't need that much skill for this champion.
Fuck that.
I don't think it's that hard. So extra 4 seconds off at level 1 is pretty big. Also, I just noticed your shirt. Can you show me your shirt?
Oh, it says I'm not addicted to League. I'm just in a very committed relationship.
Oh my god, that's the most Tyler shirt I've ever seen. Okay.
Lacey bought it for me a few years ago. Still have it. Still fits.
All right, so we go into items now.
Ravenous Hydra.
Doesn't cleave near on turrets. If an
enemy champion stands next to a tower you're attacking, Ravenous
Hydra. This is good. I fucking love this because there have been times.
Yeah.
But this is just Hydra. I thought. Wait, no, it does.
No,
I don't
it's
think
on Titanic too. Turret cleave.
But
it's rather because it's split for travelers who want to take down
I
towers.
don't think. Wait, I'm trying to think. Well, this is only just talking about Ravenous. I feel like it would have said like it would have said Titanic, but I don't think Titanic's
Uh,
passive.
No,
The like,
well, no, Titanic's the same thing down here, right? And
oh, it's
next
right.
thing is Titanic. Yeah,
Okay,
it
cool.
just doesn't. I don't think it works on Tiamat
That's fine.
because they didn't put Tiamat here, so it's probably just the Hydras. Same thing. Both Hydras. When you're attacking the turret and it cleaves and you hit the champion, you're
You
not
get aggro.
taking turret aggro because you can't control that.
I like that. That's a buff. That's a nice buff.
Pretty simple. Not much to go off of there. But Umbral Glaive was the one I was actually really interested in.
200 gold cheaper.
And
that's pretty big.
yeah,
That's pretty big. I don't give
cheaper, true lethality less.
But you're not biting this item
you're
for
gonna
that.
see it. Yeah, you're gonna see it more often on those supports, the pikes and the Sennas, and it actually almost tells me that they're trying to maybe put Senna back in support. So
I still think
interesting.
They should
idea.
change. If you're ranged, I don't think you should be able to get the 3 damage off on a ward. If you're ranged, I don't think you should get that. Because if you're melee, you're going in there, you're risking it. You should be able to get it quicker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Because even like with Senna now, she can like 2-pop a pink ward. She just auto attacks once, takes 3 damage, and then Q it, and it's dead. That's OP.
Pretty bros.
That's the most, and it's
broken.
200 gold cheaper. Is this like the cheapest legendary item in the game? Unless it's that fucking wardstone item.
Well, no one buys a wardstone because there's just better items that exist.
That's cheap
There's
as
only like
fuck,
4
dude.
champions that can use it.
I could see a lot of champions just getting this. Like, imagine you're like,
you can get this and this and zombie ward.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be I just think any junglers that can use lethality. Why would you not want to build this first?
Yeah, Nocturne.
I could see Graves too. Just
yeah.
Just
Graves.
anything like, especially when it comes to pro play, because they're gonna be wanting ward wars. Excuse me.
Wars.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, because low elo, people don't know what wards are.
No, I don't know what that means.
I think it's big. 200 gold, boy. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. On to runes or rune. Predator. Increasing Predator's ganking power to push it to pro viability for junglers who gotta go fast, like former users Skarner Hecarim and Lilia. Max move speed up to 60% from 45, and the ramp time is only a second instead of a second and a half. Not a huge difference. Slight difference. You might see some more Gragas back with the Predator. That's a very big pro play one, is Gragas.
Did they change it this year? Because you have to be in range of an enemy.
Yeah, I think that was this year.
Because before, when it first came out, you could just literally pop Predator from the fountain and just
get
run
to lane.
I like that was too OP.
That was dumb as.
But I mean, like, there's champions like Hecarim would rather take Conqueror or like Phase Rush. This might be help. 60 movement or 15% extra movement speed now. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, so we got Clash. Don't give a shit. Oh, they're removing web
match history.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. I guess you just have to use what's it called? Blitz or OP or Professor. I think there's plenty of apps that have it, honestly. So it's not the worst thing.
I don't care. I don't really care about bugs, fixes, blah, blah, blah. Talk about these pentakill skins, and the one thing I will notice or mention is, I don't know if you've seen this, the Yorick skin. Well, in the splash art here, it does not show him with the hat, but like the performance thing they have, he doesn't have a hat while he's just walking around. He just has a fucking bandana. But so people are like complaining because they keep advertising him. I mean, like right here, he does not wearing a hat in the splash art. But like all the promotion and stuff, he has the hat on. But in game,
big ass hat, right?
Yeah, it's like a not a sombrero. I wasn't gonna say sombrero.
Here.
Like a
floppy hat. I don't know.
Kung Lao's hat, kind of thing, like a disc, like that. But he doesn't have it in game. He has it when he does his dance and his back animation. And people are like, "What the fuck, dude? Give Yorick his fucking hat. Come on, I just want his hat."
Give Graves a cigar and give York his hat. Oh, okay. Let's see if you scroll down, you can see the chromas and you can see it.
Yeah, there you go. Like,
Yeah,
why?
it's just got like a. It's just like a head wreath.
Give him the hat.
Yeah, hat me up, baby.
And then of course the Viego one, which looks fucking sick. I'll be picking that up probably. So that comes to the end of it. The only other thing I kind of wanted to do, I know this is another long one, but I don't really give a shit. Was just briefly talk about Vex's abilities because her abilities got released. I don't know if you've read them.
I have not.
Okay, cool. So let's see. I'm gonna look at the ability rundowns. I'll bring this up. If you will go to Surrender 20, just look up the Vex. Let me know when you're ready. Just look at this.
So here it is. Surrender at 20. Okay.
So passive, doom and gloom. So like I was briefly saying, she's for sure about to be anti-mobility champion. Like she's a counter to mobility, which I'm still trying to figure out if she's. I feel like she could be played as a support then. So once you read this, it'll make more sense. So periodically, Vex becomes empowered by Doom, causing her next basic ability to interrupt dashes and fear enemies. How many fucking champions in this game have dashes? Tell me right now.
50 million.
Yeah, exactly.
All the popular champions have dashes.
Okay. And then, so that's periodically. This, whenever a nearby enemy dashes or blinks, they instantly become marked with gloom. And then her next basic attack against that target detonates the mark, dealing bonus damage and refunding them. So it's like, so you can auto attack and get bonus damage, or you get the free, if you use an ability, it fears them.
Yeah, that's stupid.
But I mean, no one's gonna want to play Yasuo into this. No one's gonna want to play Aurelia into this. This is why I'm thinking she might.
Ezreal.
She could be a support. Like she could be like, Xerath is like an full AP support bullshit. So like just imagine playing Callista into this, where every auto attack is a dash.
Oh.
This is like the anti-Callista champion.
That sounds horrible.
And her Q, her abilities have very long range, and we'll get into that because. So her Q launches a wave forward, deals damage, passes through enemies, and then after a short delay, it accelerates, but gets a very smaller width. And also, of course, detonates the passive gloom. So that gives the bonus damage, and then it also, if they have the mark on it, fears them. It's the most loaded fucking kit.
She's got so much shit. Like, wow.
So yeah, I'm getting more and more convinced that this is gonna be primarily support, especially in the hands of a pro that's gonna know exactly what to do. Just imagine like even laning against a Braum. Braum's gonna jump in, W to an ally, and then you just fucking fear him. Like, what's he gonna do? I don't know how long the fear duration is, but I'm assuming it's gonna be like noticeably like a second maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I would think so.
So the W is like an Amumu ult. It shoot, but it doesn't stun. But obviously, if they're marked, they get feared. So it's like a Mumu ult size AOE, gives them a shield, deals damage, and then of course it detonates the passive, so it does extra damage. Everything. I think that's the new thing that Riot is getting at, is like every ability is gonna apply some kind of like debuff, or it's gonna.
Oh, the mark.
Yeah, I feel like it's very common now.
Hit the mark, and yeah.
So then let's see. Her E, Shadow flies to a location, increasing as it goes there. On arrival, Shadow deals damage, slows, and so it's like, again, so she's a long range, like she's an artillery mage. So she's gonna have range and CC, light CC, not hard CC. She has slows, except if it hits. If they get hit with a mark, or if they get hit by the ability and their mark, so it's gonna fear. And then the ulti is a bullshit thing. And on top of that, I'm pretty sure they're obsessed with the reset mechanics, because she has a reset mechanic now, or another champion that has one now. So she Shadow flies forward, marking and dealing a damage the first time you hit. Vex can then recast to appear to that where the shadow is, pull her to the marked target, deal additional damage, and if that target dies, of course, within a few seconds, she can recast it.
Stupid.
It's OP. It's cool. I like her aesthetic though.
No, I do actually. She looks really like interesting, and when they did the reveal video, I thought she was rather cool looking. I was like, wow, this champion looks different than anything that they've released before. I mean, she is a Yordle, right?
Yes.
Which is fine. I mean, that doesn't look different, but like her attitude is totally like,
I'm about it.
I mean, doom and gloom, right?
Yep. Yep.
Ooh,
Personal
like very
space. Her W
apathetic.
is
Yeah,
called personal space.
personal space. I need personal space. You're invading my personal space. She's got a very interesting aesthetic. I like her little shadow. I think that's actually rather cool.
Oh my god! Wait! Hold on. Just scroll down under the like. So you have the Dawnbringer skin. Scroll down. Picture this. It's 2006. You slam your bedroom door and flop onto your bed. The most recent argument with your parents were playing in your head. Reaching for your journal, you start to document their latest torture. Holy shit. The only other thing I think of is like the emo kids or the goth kids from South Park.
Oh yeah. That makes sense. No, overall, she should be cool. Should be interesting. Probably a little OP, but she should be fun.
It's gonna be good. All right. Well, I think that's about it. This is another long
episode. You guys
episode.
with a marathon today, but there's a lot of changes, a lot of small ones, but a lot of changes with a lot of our speculation on what we think.
Oh, really quick. I know I was talking
happen.
about this earlier. Viego is still very broken. Take it from me. I've been spamming that dude, and no one's banning him. So,
start banning him.
I said this earlier.
Please don't ban him in my games.
I said this earlier this week as a joke. It proves that everyone listens to this podcast because no one bans him. But I told everyone that he's not broken anymore. So keep not banning him. Thank you.
Don't ban him.
That's it. Don't ban him. Unless you're on the enemy team, ban him.
A last note too, guys. We are, as we mentioned in our last episode, we are going to be taking people for group interviews. If you are still interested, please reach out via comment. We will DM you, or hell, you could even DM us. You can find me on Twitter at ChaneyCore. You can find our Instagram at According to Low Elo, YouTube, Anchors. I don't think we have comments on Spotify, so
no.
Give us a way to contact you, whether it's email, whatever. If you want to be part of an interview, we'll get you together. We're actually going to be recording our first one this Saturday afternoon. We currently have 2 people. If more people are interested, the sooner you let me know, the sooner I can get you in on this interview and get it going. That includes you European folk.
Anybody.
Really anybody. We'll find a time. We'll figure out a way to make it work. I do have one person from Spain who wants to join in, and so I am looking for someone else who can join in on that time period because they are quite far ahead of us, and I would like to have more than just one person. So please let us know. We're super down to interview you guys.
Yeah, we for sure want to make this as like easy,
engaging.
Yeah,
we want to make it easy and engaging.
We don't want
as possible.
You to feel pressure. We just
chill. Yeah,
it's mainly gonna be just like shooting the shit and kind of just talking and spawning conversations.
You ever listen to Hotline League at the beginning when they have a guest and they're kind of just shooting the shit about whatever? That's
for 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at, and then we'll have some questions, and then obviously it'll be kind of an organic style of interview, where as things come up, we just explore it because why the hell not?
Oh, all right. Well, that's gonna do it. Go ahead and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify, on Anchor. Links are in the description.
Follow us on Instagram.
Yep,
it's up. We don't have a Twitter up yet. We got to make one.
I'm waiting to. I'm
Um,
gonna start looking into logos possibly.
yeah,
So.
I think I might have a connection there.
Ooh.
We'll see. But
On
thank
that,
you guys for listening this far into it. Hopefully this helps you out a little bit on your Elo reports.
and yeah, stay tuned for the interviews. They're gonna be awesome. They're gonna be fun.
They're gonna be really fun, and I think you guys are really gonna like them.
All right, so y'all have a good week and win some fucking games.
Play Viego.
Later.